It's the Church of All Due Respect.
And it's nighttime.
And so we're being chill.
Welcome.
We've got a great show for you guys tonight.
It's so good today.
It's we cooked some good stuff up.
We cooked it up and I put it in a pot, and then I threw a little bit. I stirred it with my hand,
Mm-hmm.
and then it got really warm. But I didn't
Just from
stop
your hands.
stirring it. Yeah, because my hands are very clammy and warm, and they can bring cold water to a boil, often.
No, I felt that when you slap. Okay. It's a crazy defense of yours. Out in the streets.
Yeah. One time when I was in 6th grade, the teacher asked the whole class, said, why is lava red? She was like, it's so hot that it's, I was like, red. But she was like, no. That didn't make any sense. Never mind.
What?
I can't.
Was that the end of it? I thought there was gonna be more. I thought you were gonna wrap it up in one more sentence.
No, I don't know. No, because it was like, I said it like out loud and it was like not. Like there were a lot of times in school where I would just say something like so wrong and inappropriate. And like one time
Why is the magma red? And you said because it's red?
I was like,
It's so hot
no,
that it's
no,
red?
no, this is what I said.
Okay,
She was like,
I see what you're saying.
she was like, it's so hot, and then I was like, it's cold. That's what I said. She was like, it's so hot, and I was like, it's cold, but it's not cold because it's lava. It was a dumb thing to say.
Yeah.
The answer was that it's red.
Okay.
But
I see.
yeah,
Okay, confused.
I get so confused so easily about what I'm saying so much of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how anyone is following, but it's okay if you are. Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Another time, the teacher was like, if you have hypothermia, someone has hypothermia, like, what do you do? And then I was like, you get naked and you get in a blanket and you just hug each other and you just get really close and you just hug each other. I said that in front of the whole class. And then the teacher was like, no. And then she was just like, and then just moved on. I was like, oh shit, I was so embarrassed. Because that was a really weird thing to say. I was like, why did I say that? Like, I was like,
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Man.
That's something else, I think.
Did
that
you
I
get
was
embarrassed
thinking
over that?
Well, yeah, but I also was like, I thought it was like funny, but then I was like, I think it was like later that I was more embarrassed. Like thinking back, I was like, that was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like that I said that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird.
You know, sometimes it just comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Things just come out and you just say it and you're like, whoa.
Say dumb things.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, I mean, I like the answer. I feel like that wouldn't hurt with hypothermia.
No, I don't
Given
think.
some blankets.
I think there is something you're supposed to do that for.
I mean, if you have nothing else
Yeah.
but a blanket and another person, then
See,
that's
like
what exactly
yeah,
what you
like
do.
you take off all your clothes and then you're it was like you take off all
Then
your
you have
clothes
sex.
and you're naked together and under a blanket.
Yeah.
I was basically just like,
You
you
fuck.
fuck.
You fuck
Yeah,
someone.
you fuck.
Yeah. What are you doing? You're hypothermia. You fuck someone.
That's so funny. I just described like having sex and then she's just like,
She's just like,
no.
no. So strange.
Oh man, yeah. That's so funny.
Oh man. Man, I feel like I was such a pansy in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you were.
Yeah. I mean, I did some bad stuff.
Yeah, like
here
what?
and there.
What'd you do? That was bad.
One time I found a trap door.
What?
Yeah.
Where'd you... You found a trap door in In your school. Okay, yeah, okay. Where in the school?
I guess it was like it was in an interesting room too, actually, now that I think about it. I discovered it was actually a big moment
In your life?
in
Was there
school.
snakes?
It was right when I was graduating. It was
Okay.
like in grade 12, and our teacher was away, so we had a notorious substitute teacher. She was a hard ass. She looks like David Bowie.
Okay.
Like strongly.
Yeah.
And so that was always a lot, and
Yeah.
she was very strict and really old school, and she's been everywhere in the world, and she just has this concrete sort of vision of, I don't know, it. And anyways, so she was out and about doing her thing, and just taking a break from class, I guess, and just leaving us, and it was near the end of school, and so I went into this other room where I always saw the teachers sort of like coming out of.
Right.
And I realized that
You never saw them go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I realized that there's this little tiny room between some of the classes that was maybe, I don't know, maybe like only like probably like 10 feet wide and maybe 20 feet long. And so it was really skinny. And I guess that was where they did their prep and stuff like that. And I noticed that in that room, there was a little border on part of the floor and a little hook with a ring in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, shit. We found some treasure today.
Yeah. And it was treasure. I wish I had more time to explore.
What?
Well, it wasn't.
What do you mean?
Treasure to me. I opened it up, and it was just the entire school, but underground. But it was this huge sort of low-ceilinged basement type of place where like pipes were running.
Like a crawl space.
Like it was bigger than a crawl space.
But it was like a
it was in
place
between
where
a basement
people
and a
went.
crawl space. It didn't seem like anybody went there except for like maintenance people, and very rarely. And like to me, like that was very mystifying. Like, you know, imagine you go to school in the same building for so long, and then all of a sudden you discover this whole other secret. And like I was all about that at that age. I was stoked. We had this other secret place that I got told about at the community center that was right beside, and there was this room that they stored all of the exercise balls in.
Oh.
And so we used to go and like they had a teenage romper room, it was called, down in the basement, and we would go say that we're going to go there, and then we would jet upstairs where we knew that they kept all the exercise balls, and then we just fuck around in this room full of exercise balls. It was so sweet. It was like a ballroom, but with exercise balls, like huge.
The ballroom.
Yeah,
I
ballroom.
like that. Will you like run at your friends with the balls?
Everything you can imagine that teenagers would do.
Love that. Love running at your friend with a huge ball. What?
Yeah, other than
the
that.
ball?
Yeah, we never. No, I don't know.
You
People probably fucked in there, actually. I never did.
No.
I didn't have sex in high school.
He didn't have sex in high school.
Yeah.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
I don't know
just
why.
not doing that
Yeah.
at that time. That's
No.
okay.
Yeah, mazel tov.
Mazel tov to us. Huh. Well, that brings us to our first topic, which is island hopping. Dun, 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 dun. Where are we going today?
Where are we going today?
Our magic location.
Island hopping, I love it.
Where are we going?
Did you call it that last time?
No, I thought about it and I didn't say it because I thought it was dumb, and then I said it today and you didn't think it was dumb, so I'm gonna go with it.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
We're like little grasshoppers.
Hopping all over the map.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, where are we going today? We're going to Telegraph Cove.
Whoa, where is that?
Where is that?
Where is
It's in the North Island. It's between Campbell River and Port McNeill.
On Vancouver Island, British Columbia.
That's where we are.
Yeah.
We established that previously, but if you didn't know that, that's where we are. And we're in Nanaimo, so that's north of us. So that's important to note. And it was made at the end of the Campbell River Telegraph line. So that's why they call it Telegraph Cove.
Yeah.
And it really only has 20 inhabitants, right?
Yeah, I was like, why are we doing this one?
Yeah, he was not cool about it. He was actually
freaked
mad.
out.
He freaked right out.
Freaked out.
He threw up.
Yeah. I threw up a whole bunch of anchovies.
Oh boy, I was like, you shouldn't have had so many anchovies without chewing them first. And he was like, I do it every day.
Yeah.
Me and my cat here,
it's the penguin diet.
It's the penguin diet.
You see how healthy those pengies are? Pingu.
Yeah, they're not getting
I'm a kid that grew up on Pingu.
Pingu.
Snoot, y'all.
Snoot, yeah.
Yeah.
And so they, it was
20 inhabitants.
Yeah, so it was made. The first like little settlement there was like a one-room station where everyone lived, and it was built by the government.
Well, it started from a single room domicile built by the government.
Yeah, I don't know what shape this building was. I'm going to say it's probably square or rectangle.
Spherical.
Probably not that. I don't know. True. I don't think they would have been able to build a spherical.
They probably would have put that in the Wikipedia. Be like,
yeah, no, they definitely
the first
would've.
Building was a sphere.
Yeah, that would have been incredible.
That would have been okay. So it wasn't that.
It didn't, but that was in 1911 and 1912. That was like when they were doing that.
I wonder what kind of history was there before. Do we know about? We didn't look up.
We don't know what happened before. I don't know. We didn't have enough time to know that.
We didn't have enough time. There's a time crunch on me.
There was no time. Okay, so it started with a chum salmon saltery.
Whoa.
Yeah, what's that? I don't know. A saltery? Chum?
Yeah, chum.
You think I'm some kind of chum?
You think we're chums?
And a little small sawmill was also there. Isn't that nice?
Probably needed it.
Sawmill.
That's probably how they built all the other buildings, you know what I mean?
With the sawmill.
Just sawed up all the trees.
Yeah, and they
started getting rid of that nasty forest. That terrible forest. Get rid of it.
Get rid.
Yeah.
And it's right next to Beaver Cove.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and Johnson Strait. I remember reading about that part.
Yeah, you remembered that.
I remembered that.
Mm-hmm. Johnson Strait is a little, is like a, what is it? A strait?
It's, yeah. It's like a strait between the mainland and the island.
Wow.
And it was really cool because, you know, looking at the island like that, I always forget how many inlets and, like, sounds, I guess you call some of them, too. Like, there's these fingers where the ocean goes way inland on the island.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. It's very interesting. These little sort of channels that just crack right deep into it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I like
it's so cool.
The island's a crazy place to explore.
If you guys don't know about the map, you should look at it.
You should check out Vancouver Island's map. It's insane.
I have one of the maps of this island in my bedroom because I just love the shape of it so much.
Yeah.
You gotta get one for your bedroom so you can look at it as you fall asleep.
I've never been that north.
You've never been that north?
I've never been that north yet.
What's the farthest north you've been? Campbell River?
Yeah, probably. No, I think like...
Bottle Lake?
I don't know if that's any more north.
Yeah,
it might not be.
Same.
Yeah. But, that's probably it, yeah.
Okay. I've been to Port Hardy.
There. Have you?
Yeah, all the way up. That's as far up as you can like drive for most people to just go, I think.
Right.
You have to go by boat to other places.
How long did that take?
It takes 4 hours from the Comox Valley, which is an hour north of here. So it would take like 5.5 hours probably to drive here. Let's drive there.
We should do that.
We should do Let's just go for a drive.
What are you doing?
No, right
now?
Nothing. This.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I mean...
Let's take it on the road.
Just like a bail. Yeah, let's take it on the road. That's good.
Running all the way there.
Man, that would be great.
Yeah.
You should take some photos.
Yeah, one time I drove there, and I was like a new driver at the time, and I was like so tired.
Oh,
I was driving, and I was like falling asleep when I was driving. It was crazy.
That's no good.
I know.
That's
crazy.
scary.
It was a crazy way to drive, but it was pretty fun.
You know what
beautiful
sucks?
Mountains.
The cops will, like, if you are sleeping somewhere, sometimes the cops will hassle you, but like, I don't get that. Like, you need to sleep in your car sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you
it's
just
an
have
emergency.
to. You're gonna fall asleep.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I've been in that where you're like, I gotta just have a nap right now, because if I don't, I'm gonna be crashing.
Yeah.
And that's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
Because sometimes 20-minute nap, like, you're good, you know?
Yeah. Man, that reminds me of that terrible wedding that I DJ'd.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that. You DJ'd a wedding? When was that?
It was maybe a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And that was the first one that I was doing on my own without my bosses there. And so far, everything had been going really great.
Yeah.
And it was up in Campbell River, so it was a long drive.
Right.
And so I went up there, and I set everything up, and yeah, we got everything going, and it was all good, and I was giving them all the songs. I had their playlist and everything like that, and they told me that it was a great time, and by the end of the night, it was all wrapped up, and one of the guys had given me chocolate, and he told me that there was 5 milligrams in there, and at least that's what I heard. There was loud music, and so I was just like, okay, and I put it in my bag, right, and then and I was just like, I don't know, I didn't really think about it, and so I went to. I packed everything up, and they said it was a great time, and I drove home, and I was so pooched by the end of it. It's such a long drive going there and back. It's like 10 hours of driving almost during the day. You know, it's at least 8 hours up to Campbell River. And I was almost falling asleep just coming into where I was living. And and then the next day I got a call from my boss, and he said that that I did mushrooms while I was doing the show, and that I did a terrible job, and that he had to refund the money, and I was just like, what? Like, whoa. That was a total misrepresentation. Like, that was not my experience at all. Like, either I'm way out to lunch, or like, I don't know.
Or those mushrooms were just...
But I didn't do mushrooms. I didn't do them.
Yeah, I didn't do them. Yeah.
And
that's what the mushrooms want you to say. Yeah, no, I believe you didn't do mushrooms.
No, I did that chocolate at a later date.
You didn't even have that chocolate.
No, I didn't have the chocolate.
You didn't even do it.
I didn't, no.
You didn't even do drugs.
No.
You could have, but you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's important to note.
Yeah, I had the option.
But you didn't.
I said no.
You chose not to.
For now. Mm-hmm. It's an inappropriate time.
Yeah.
There's time and place for that kind of stuff.
And then, so you were like, hey, that didn't happen. Right?
Yeah. I was like, you should have gotten me in touch with this guy. I felt really insulted, and that he refunded him. Yeah. I felt like personally insulted, because I was like, that's not true. Everything, he conned you, like, essentially, right? And like,
straight up. And
like, I wish you would have talked to me, because I bet you he didn't want to talk to me, because he said the complete opposite to me while I was leaving. I even checked in with him when I was leaving. It was a crazy thing. And I was just like, whatever. Like, it just gave me like a weird feeling about just the company that I was working for in general, and I was just like, like, you guys...
You like, maybe being a DJ is sketchy.
Yeah, maybe this sucks. But like, and that's not even being like an artistic DJ. That's just playing the same song over and over and over again. You wouldn't... It's horrible.
Songs,
Everybody's wedding has the same music. It's really depressing. It's not even good music.
That is sad.
Yeah.
The wedding, there's like a certain like wedding playlist.
Well, the last wedding that we went to had some nice music.
Sometimes, but there are... There
was some great music at the last wedding we went to.
Yeah, because there was
live
music, and they have like...
It was awesome.
And they like jazz and stuff.
Yeah.
So there was some good stuff in there.
They have good musical taste. But most people don't.
Most people
And that's
do
what I was learning.
At
I was
weddings,
like, this is
and
sucks.
they want
They want it to be
just
cheap.
the same, yeah.
They want to get trashed.
Yeah.
And they, yeah, it's an emotional time.
Mm-hmm.
Probably feeling regretful in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about wedding in general or marriage in general these days. I feel like it's kind of weird how the government gets all up in it gets all up in your relationship.
Yeah, like all up in there. It's
like
you gotta
that's not their information at all.
Stuff. No.
It's crazy, and you have to declare common law if you're living with somebody, and like, I get for like tax reasons and stuff, but on like a more like spiritual level, I don't feel like that's appropriate at all.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Why does the government gotta be in that?
Yeah.
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 It's like they're like, hey, what's up? What's up?
Yo, yeah.
Yo, what's up with this relationship?
You guys.
What is up?
You guys having sex? You have to declare that.
That's so crazy. That's like, that's not right.
Yeah.
But it's the truth.
Yeah.
But the government's not real, right? Is it?
Yeah, it's real.
It is.
Of course it is. They closed the skate park down.
But one time, when it was my aunt's wedding, my dad bought a Bose speaker from Future Shop, and then he...
Stomped on it.
No, he got it for like that weekend and used it as like the sound system for the wedding to play all the music, and then he returned it at the end.
That's a smart move.
Yeah.
It's not a very good wedding sound system, though.
No, it was like a pretty big... It was like a big one.
Oh, a big one. Okay.
At the time,
right.
It was a nice speaker.
It was dope.
Yeah.
They do make great speakers.
They do. You gotta give them that.
Yeah.
And in the space that we were in, it was fine. It was fine.
Was it a good wedding?
It was a good wedding, yeah.
Bad music? Good music?
I was the maid of honor.
Oh, wow.
I know. It was a big day for me.
Was it honorable?
Yeah.
Did you act honorably?
It was, yeah.
That night?
We were before God.
Yeah, were you?
Yeah.
Did you get
it was
drunk
Catholic.
that night?
It was a Catholic wedding.
You didn't drink?
Well, I was 14, so I couldn't really. But no, I
Weddings
did.
Are crazy.
I did have a little bit, I think.
See?
At my house. Because, my parents,
drinking.
like, didn't really... Yeah, I remember my brother he was having a lot. Everyone was like, whoa. What's up with this?
Of course, when you're young, you're going to take that advantage, that rare
Yeah,
advantage.
like when there's a lot of adults drinking and no one's really watching, like the older teenagers, it's
I'm going to get high on alcohol.
Yeah. But I wasn't really super into that as much when I was, like, that age.
Mm-hmm.
It was just about the Lord.
Were you really?
No.
You were never about the Lord, were you?
No. Now more than ever.
Isn't that funny? It's
what?
coming around.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it is. It's all coming around.
Yeah.
And that brings us to my next point.
Oh, yeah.
The Telegraph Cove has a really cool whale museum.
Oh, yeah.
And they have whale skeletons
and you've
there.
Been there.
I've been there, and I saw it for real, so that's how I know.
How was it?
It was pretty cool. I was in the Scouts, that's why I went there. It was really cool, okay? But it was a whale, and I was tired, and I was like 13. Yeah. So I didn't appreciate the whale skeleton as much as I would now. Because we had a whale skeleton in our town, and so I didn't think seeing a whale skeleton was like special. Brr. Yeah, I was like, fuck whale skeletons.
But now looking back on it, you're like, that's pretty dope.
That's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
I wish I could find a whale skeleton. I bet if I tried hard enough, I could.
Imagine if you occupied a whale skeleton.
Yeah, if I lived inside of one.
Yeah, just like you're living inside a human skeleton.
Oof.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm trapped inside. Please help. I'm a skeleton trapped inside, and I need to get out. Please help. Somebody. Your teeth stay when you're a skeleton, don't they?
Yeah, this is probably your skeleton.
Gross. That they don't go what everything else does.
Why is that gross?
Because then your smile's still there.
Yeah, always smiling.
Smiling forever.
Yeah. That's cool. I feel like that's smiling is like accepting death. Like,
yeah, you're like, ah! Isn't that funny? Yeah. That skeletons do seem kind of happy.
Yeah. They're always playing xylophones and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, did you know that when a lot of people died from the plague, they started, like, artists started putting, like, skeletons, like, skulls, faces in a lot of different pieces of art to, like, remind people of death.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Memento
cool.
Mori. Mori, I think it's called.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's where all that comes from.
That's why when you see a skeleton in, like, a piece of art, it's to, like, remind the viewer of death.
It seems
in
like a
fun little
no-brainer.
playful way. Yeah, it is, but it's, like, also, like, important to note when that started. Was because a lot of people died and people started to see world differently and religion differently.
From the plague?
Plague.
Wow, and we're kind of in the same thing now.
We're kind of in the same thing now, except we don't know if we are.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun. But then
they said something about building a whale. You can donate there.
Yeah, their newsletter was a bit old. They haven't been updated since 2015 because they used up all their puns. Then.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a whale of a time.
They're having a whale of a time.
You can't just start off with that.
No,
like,
you can't throw that a whale. Yeah. So they have a build a whale. What was that?
I think that's more like if you donate to us, you're helping us build whales. And I think that's what they meant.
They're like, we may or may not have some whales.
They're all taken apart. Someone needs to put them back together.
We have this big pile of whales and it's all mixed up and we can't get them back together because we can't have any money to sort them. Oh boy.
It's a really interesting place.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how they have to bury the whales when you find a beached whale and they want the skeleton, they have to bury it in a shallow grave, like on the beach somewhere, and then
Is this anybody who wants one? Or
no.
do you have to get like a license?
I don't know if you can do this.
I feel like if you did it sneakily, that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, it'd be hard
Find
to
a
do
whale.
it sneakily.
Sneak it off the beach.
When people see a whale, they want to call somebody. They want to call the news right away, but don't.
Yeah.
Bury it.
Stab
and
it.
get yourself a whale skeleton and build a whale. That's how you build a whale, guys.
That's how you build a whale.
And that's how you should build a whale because they look really cool and it makes you think twice about dinosaurs and what they really look like. Because whales are spiky as fuck in the spine, but they don't have spiky things on the back.
Oh man, that's so
inside
true.
them.
That's so true.
That's inside.
Yeah.
And their heads are all flat like an alligator, like a killer whale skull's all flat. And it's got chompy chompies.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
But it's not an alligator.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that all dinosaurs were actually like
whales.
Yeah, like whales and dogs and cats.
Yeah.
What if they looked just like people and they had skin?
I don't know. Yeah.
Think about that. We don't know.
Like the dinosaur representations, I've seen pictures online that if they had tried to recreate just normal animals like they did the dinosaurs, they would look totally fucked up. And
yeah,
we have no idea. Like how much fat did they have on them?
We don't know.
Whales are so fatty.
Yeah. And like, what if, no, that was a bad idea. Never mind. But
Come on, what was it?
Well, I was gonna say, what if like Tyrannosaurus Rexes had like really long, like tendons, so their arms weren't really long, that short. They had like long things on the end or something. I don't know. See, it's not a good idea.
No, I don't. Yeah, okay.
And then we got to thinking about Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bears.
And the thing about Build-A-Bear is it's a scam.
Wait, we were just thinking about building a whale.
We were thinking about building a whale.
And then we started thinking about Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear. The Build-A-Bear workshop.
It was a big part of your childhood.
It was a big part of my childhood. I really liked Build-A-Bear. I still have my Build-A-Bear.
I feel like my brother or sister might have had a Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They're very popular. I had like 3, but there was one that was special, and like the other 2 were like not as special. It was kind of weird. Like Kevin didn't mean as much to me.
Kevin was one of your bears?
He was a dog, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think
I used to like
somewhere.
animals too.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have stuffed animals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I like stuffed animals. They're pretty fun.
Yeah, what did you like to used to do with your stuffed animals? Just like have them? Or did you like...
I like to play with them. Like
what do you mean? You throw them off stuff?
No. Well, like sometimes.
Light them on fire?
No. No, I would like respect them and like.
Like pray to them?
Yeah, like. Like talk to them, and like I would play games with them. Like I would like make up stories that they were like storylines for them. That's what I would do with all my toys. That was the kind of playing I would do as a child. Was like role playing.
Right.
Like realistic, like really heavy life stuff.
Right.
Yeah, like I would just like with Barbies and stuff, I would just like do all this like teen mom dramas and like just family struggles and yeah, just all these different
Barbie's
things.
Been living on the street for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I would do like all these just really like really sad stories, and I would just try like act it out because I was like, one day I'm gonna make a movie, so I gotta practice all these stories and just.
Do you think pregnancy is the type of STD?
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, what's the cure for that?
Because a disease is like, I guess like, for some people, being pregnant would be a state out of ease. I think that's literally what disease means.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is.
Well, I think a lot of people like doing it, but a lot of people don't. But a lot of people haven't even tried.
Being pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never tried it.
You never even tried?
Never even tried it once. No. Not for me. Excuse me.
That's okay. Yeah, so that's what's up with Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear.
I still have mine, and her name's Ginger, and she smells good. She's a dog. Well, I had a dream that I actually saw her. That's interesting. I remembered that just now.
Oh, wow.
Because I remembered in the dream.
Dreams.
No, I remembered in the dream I was looking at it. I was like, that's my Ginger Bear. But then I looked at the foot, and I was like, no, because one of the strings is loose on her foot. But that one didn't have that. That was a detail in my dream. I have very vivid dreams these days, and always, but these days especially.
Why did you stop smoking weed or something?
No, just I stopped like having a job and going and seeing other people.
Right.
So that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dreams get really interesting when you're by yourself for a while because like. I was listening to this interesting podcast, and it was I think it was Aubrey Marcus, I think was the guy.
Okay.
And he was talking about this dark retreat in Germany. You go to it, and it's basically a light sealed facility where it's completely dark, and so you live for as long as you need to. I think he tried to stay there for a week in complete pitch black. Yeah, and it gets really trippy because you sit and you meditate and you don't do anything else really. You have simple meals. You learn how to use like the facilities.
Yeah, because if you had to poo, but I bet your body would just be like, no, we're not doing that. Maybe.
No, you'd still poo and stuff.
Maybe you wouldn't.
You'd just poo all over the place. No, you just learn how.
You just poo everywhere. You're like, fuck it.
It's so stinky.
I can't see shit. You're like stepping in it.
I feel like I can move this way a little bit.
Wild.
Oh, that's better. Look at this.
Is
We're
it better?
filling out the frame more.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. No, you just learn how to do it. And it's a crazy. He said it was a crazy experience, and it's kind of represented. You always hear about the Tibetan monks going into the caves, the pitch black caves for weeks on end, and having these crazy visions, and you start to develop like visions start to come to you, like psychedelic experiences start to wash over you and take you away, and you have you relive experiences. It's like a potent psychedelic, just darkness itself.
Yeah. Darkness.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we give a shout out to our...
We should give a shout out
to our sponsor.
Not kombucha.
Not kombucha.
Because it's right here.
It's right there. I was just seeing that.
And it's not kombucha.
This is what it looks like. Guess what this is? This is just tea. This is not
Look
kombucha.
at them. They both look like old piss. Not kombucha.
That's so good. Can I have some?
Yeah, you can have some. I made that in a jar in my kitchen.
We shouldn't be sharing drinks right now.
I didn't.
We didn't do that.
Cut that out. Bleep it. Censor it. The people can't see that.
No one's gonna see.
There will be outrage.
That'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can't play the piano right now because it's too noisy and it's like past midnight right now.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, then don't play it.
I'm just saying. I know the people out there are like, come on.
They're like, when is he gonna play it?
I know. I'm thinking about it.
But
I can't.
Don't.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, now we have to talk about this, which is
Build a Berg.
Build a Berg. Build a bear, from build a whale to build a bear to build a berg.
That's kind of how the show goes.
That's
some
kind
of
of
the
how
times.
we're going now. That's what our train of thought has been, and then where we're
It's
going
kind of
with
like
it.
a 4-year-old's train of thought.
Yeah, we have the collective intelligence of a 4-year-old, which is
We're both 2-year-olds.
the intelligence of a pig, which kind of makes you think twice.
Well,
about maybe if we should have a pig on this podcast.
I would love to have a pig on the podcast.
Well, I don't know any pigs.
Me neither. So Build a Berg. That's something my family always talked about.
Your family always talked about that.
It was always this thing where we talk about Build a Berg because it was like, it's, Illuminati before we were using the words Illuminati.
Right, and it's a meeting.
It was a meeting
of the UK.
Yeah, it was a meeting of the high powers of the world.
High powers.
And yeah. So I don't know a lot of the details of it, but
well, they were undisclosed proceedings that they would
that was
parts.
the thing,
and
yeah.
And then a lot of people were like,
you should be disclosing
maybe
it.
they're trying to impose capitalist organization, and the other people were like, maybe they're trying to do world government. And do I know what either of those things mean? No, but that's what I wrote down because that's what Elon said.
No, okay, so, but what do you think about that though? Like,
what do I think about that?
Should high-powered government, I don't know what the word, officials, or I don't know what the word would be. Should they be allowed to meet and have these international meetings undisclosed? With the contents of what they're doing undisclosed? Because that's pretty crazy.
No, I think I want to know. They should tell me at least.
Yeah,
just
but
me. I won't tell anyone.
Is it? I don't know. Can you enforce a law to prevent that? And is that humane to do that?
Yeah, because we're allowed to meet and they're not allowed to know.
We're not allowed to meet.
Oh my god, this is so true.
It's crazy.
You got me there.
We can't even get together and protest. If something happened right now, we couldn't protest because everyone would be like, we can't be in a group bigger than 50. Is
there a law against that still? Or is that a real rule?
Yeah, it's a real rule.
Wow,
you can't have groups bigger than 50. They can...
It's crazy when you're not actually around anyone and you hear all these things and you're like, is any of this actually real? Because I haven't seen anybody. So it's like, it kind of feels like none of it's real.
I know. Yeah, I went to the skate park.
And it was closed. Even though it's just a hole in the ground. They were like, close off this hole in the ground.
Yeah, basically. They called it an amenity.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The restaurant that I work
it is
at,
an amenity, I guess.
it was deemed an essential service. Which...
So is it back open?
It hasn't closed.
They just laid you off?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
I know, right? But like, it's an essential service, but we don't need you.
I've been thrown.
Not an essential cursed. This serve cursed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
How should we make money these days? Because we're gonna need to figure that out.
Well, I can sell my socks.
That's not a good idea.
Why?
I guess you could try.
Try.
I mean, my dog used to love eating socks. You could sell it to people for cheap dog treats. It's a bag of dirty socks.
Cheap dog treats.
Your golden retriever will love this. They're dirty gym socks.
Yeah.
Dirty gym socks. New sponsor?
Dirty gym socks.
Get your dog some dirty gym socks.
Yeah. And then, Smile. Because our next sponsor is Posture Plug.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, are you guys gonna like this. It's an insertable posture correction tool. And not only is it going to help your posture, but it's going to help you in every aspect of your life, because you're going to get a job. You're going to be able to go see people again. You're going to be able to get a dog because you're going to be able to walk, because your posture is not going to be all messed up. And it's going to, you know what? It's going to keep you aware. It's going to make you mindful.
You won't die alone.
You won't die alone, which is what you've been afraid of this whole time. Posture Plug.
Posture Plug.
We're here to help.
Yeah.
And, tell me what your experience with Posture Plug has been.
Oh, well, it's been great. It when it works, it works. And kind of jerks you back into a state of good posture.
The old Johnson straight, as we call it.
Yeah. Yeah. See how straight it is. Yeah. It was, it just, I'll always remember it. Just gets you going.
Remember it. Boy. Yeah.
I've been working on my posture, you know.
Yeah. Even mine is better.
Yeah, it's getting there.
And when your posture is better, the posture of those around you is better.
So true. It's interesting. We do mirror each other.
We mirror each other.
In the same way that if you have an amazingly calm and loving presence, that can radiate too.
Yeah. And neighborhood cats will want to come up to you.
They will lick you.
They will lick you, and you won't even have to
get Lyme disease.
Tuna juice on your face. They will just lick you. Just you, and that's all
just for
I
you.
want. Yeah, I want birds to land on me.
I want cats to lick me for me.
I want cats to lick me for me.
When will that ever happen? This world. It's a crazy place we live in. What else do we got going on here? You guys ever hear of Elsa Gate?
Elsa Gate. I've heard of it.
Well, you heard of it just a moment ago.
I didn't hear about it earlier. I just heard.
I didn't know it was called Elsa Gate, but I knew about this thing.
But you didn't know who Elsa was, but I did. Because I've
Connecting
seen
the
Frozen
dots.
1 and 2.
That's why we need each other.
Yeah.
Because we're in the dark without these pieces of information.
It's so true. And I will say that Frozen 2, an amazing cinematic event.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not even being sarcastic.
Cool. So this is a weird thing. I guess it ended in 2017.
Yeah, it was like 2004 to 2017.
Who knows?
Elsa
It might
Gate.
jump back. I don't know. It's crazy. Keep your eye out for it because it's not good.
No, it's not good at all.
It's pretty messed up.
It's like when they're trying to it's like kids, there'll be like child-friendly content for them on YouTube, and that'll be put out by the people who put out the video. They'll select if it's for kids or not, right?
Yeah.
And then
YouTube Kids.
But then people are taking kids' characters, lovely family favorites.
Yeah, and they're redoing them.
They're redoing them in a gross way, guys. They're doing bad stuff.
I didn't see any of them personally, but
I didn't see it actually.
Apparently,
at all. I just read it.
I heard about it when it was going on, and everybody was finding out about it, and it was weird. Like, and it's like a lot of them just would have this like apparently this like malevolent just undertone to it that would just I don't know, it would just be strange and oddly enticing, and for kids too, because they were obviously very popular. They started to gain a lot of they had to be demonetized. That was, I guess, YouTube's way of combating it.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. The state that kids are growing up, like I was saying earlier, like how messed up is it that kids are allowed to even roam? Like, I guess parents think, oh, it's just YouTube for kids.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's no way to control should one be how far should one be controlling the content that your kids is consuming? Because back in my day, my parents would take the television away, right?
They would take
They would take that one thing away.
Yeah.
And we just had the world.
Back to staring at the candle.
That was only if I was bad.
That was only as punishment, right?
Yeah, but I grew to love it.
You grew to love the candle.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They took the one thing away, and then we were back to reality. We were back to, there goes gravity.
Oh. Oh, she's so mad with the sandwich she won't have with a bad witch. She won't.
She won't, baby.
She won't.
Be
That's our song. Yeah, breaking it out.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what it is. Should parents be like controlling their kids?
Well, that's the thing, because
why were the kids allowed to stumble upon that in the first place?
Yeah.
Parents just trusted YouTube algorithms too much.
Trusted YouTube? YouTube's not on your side.
YouTube is not to be trusted.
I mean, we love them. Thank you for having our videos up.
But we don't trust you.
We don't trust you. I don't trust anybody. I trust
We're
no
thankful.
bitch. I'm thankful, but
we don't trust
no
this
bitch.
whole thing.
Yeah. And then, yeah, because there's some pretty shady people on the internet, and I'm one of them.
Yeah, but you're an angel compared to...
I'm an angel. I'm so good compared to other people.
So you just could keep telling yourself that. I'm so good compared to other people.
Yeah, I'm so good.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta tell yourself.
What?
Oh my God.
Is this something that happened?
Stop. This is just...
What?
Of course.
But that brought us to this really cool program.
This really cool program.
What was it called?
Called Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Dude, that was genius.
So good.
I could see
They
why
made
it got...
so much art.
It was wrapped up in the same article that we were watching about Elsa Gate, and I could see why, but it obviously was not for kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but do kids know that?
That's the thing. At first, it definitely looks like it's for kids. And imagine if you were, 6 years old and you stumbled across that, thinking that you were gonna have like a morning cartoon type of vibe, and then you came across...
That's the thing. It's like you
I'm
just
scared.
can't trust that. Like, for a child to be just on YouTube, like
Yeah.
everything's on there.
It's crazy.
There's butts on there.
So many butts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that what did you think about that? Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was funny. It made me laugh really hard. Made me think about what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah, what did they address? It was time, creativity,
dreams. Yeah.
Time, creativity,
and
dreams,
food,
healthy
food,
love,
yeah,
computers. There was 6 of them. That was all of them.
That's a lot. That's some good lessons in there.
Yeah.
I want to learn about all those things.
It had this weird, like, it was like a Black Mirror kind of vibe, almost, in a way.
Yeah.
And but it was all done in puppets and cartoon and all sorts of art. It was amazing.
Yeah, like where you think it's really friendly, but it's actually quite sinister.
Yeah,
underneath.
Very sinister.
And that's
like Rick and Morty kind of.
But it's good. It's like dark.
Yeah.
It's dark, but also there's so many bright colors, and you're like, "Whoa, this is exciting to watch."
It's very
but it's
stimulating.
also it's very stimulating to the brain.
Yeah.
You could watch that kind of stuff.
It's bizarre, kind of like Tim and Eric.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's got this mixture of a whole bunch of different things. It's
a whole bunch.
Very unique.
It was kind of Muppety.
Muppety.
A little bit. Yeah,
for sure.
And then
I think it was British. A lot of British accents in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even like the pajamas that he was wearing, like I thought were kind of like Bert and Ernie kind of looking. Like that guy looked like a little bit like them, you know, like that kind of.
That's
puppet.
true. Yeah.
And do you like puppets?
And yes, I do. I do. I love them.
Wow.
Do you like puppets?
I don't know.
I mean, puppets on
I have
sometime.
a pretty complicated relationship with puppets because they're kind of scary and disturbing, but cool at the same time. You can do a lot of things with them, but like they're also like kind of like, some puppets are not good.
Anything can become a puppet, you know.
It's true. I made a good puppet one time of an elephant.
Whoa.
We should get it on here.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't move its mouth. It's not that kind of puppet.
Oh, it's a boring kind of
It's
puppet.
like you can move its hands.
Okay, so he's very expressive.
Yeah, kind of like a Javier kind of
Right.
situation.
Right. I love those types of puppets.
Yeah.
You just give them a voice.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of easier because you don't have to move the mouth with the voice.
We'll have Javier on
hard.
too sometime.
We'll have Javier and the elephant on.
Yeah.
And it'll be really good.
Yeah.
They'll
can
both
come
be
together.
Here. Yeah, come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have other stuff to talk about?
We don't have other stuff to talk about. No, we didn't plan anything else. Do you have anything else that you want to say?
Well, I mean, I feel like we should just reflect on the times right now, maybe. And just,
we should reflect on the times.
I don't know really what to say, but I feel like just a lot of love and patience and appreciation for the people and things that we do have and stuff like that is really important. And
yeah.
It's a strange sort of moment.
And everyone's handling it in their own way.
Yeah, are they ever?
And
some people are having menstrual pads on their face when they go to the grocery store.
Some people are menstruating right out of their faces.
Mouth.
Yeah.
It's
God,
crazy.
aren't they just
disgusting.
Disgusting.
No, but we love you guys too.
We love it. And I want to keep seeing it. Keep bleeding out of your mouths.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that.
But it's even hard to see your friends now. And
it's hard.
It's interesting, like, you know.
But I went to the beach today, and there were a lot of people there.
Really?
At the beach.
Interesting.
In this one little spot, because there were all these seals just, like, screaming. And it was, like, echoing off this cliff kind of behind us. And it was just, like, if you're standing in between, it was just, like, this echoing sound. It sounded like a big monster. And it was so fun. And there's so many big birds. And it was just, like, all these people were out there just enjoying being out there. And it was nice, you know?
Nice.
But then I see a lot of people, you know, not wanting people to go outside at all. And I don't understand that.
I don't understand that either.
I think that's like, I've seen that more in the big cities rather than here.
I've seen it here as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like those
here,
individuals just don't, I don't know, like, I'm not downplaying the thing or whatever situation, but at the same time, I'm always looking at the recommendations of, you know, BC government. And at the end of the day, they're not telling us that you can't go to the beach and shit.
Yeah, no.
You gotta...
My heart is telling me I can go outside.
It's so necessary when it's, especially, like, we need that sun, man. The winter's been so long.
Yeah, and, like, whenever it's sunny, like, you have to go outside, and, like, there's so many daffodils today, you guys. Like, go and look at them, because, like, they're gonna be gone soon, and, like, all the trees, you know, like, people worked really hard to make these gardens, and they are just being not even looked at, and that's not good. So just look at the flowers and look at the trees and smell them. Yeah. Don't lick them.
Don't be like
but smell them. But lick them if you're gonna take them home with you.
Yeah.
But don't eat them.
No.
But if you do, that's okay too.
Okay, you're giving a lot of swinging advice here.
Swinging. Well, you can't swing these days.
No, you cannot. That's
Not
the one
all.
thing that's shut right down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They roped off all the swing sets with caution tape everywhere. And I'm like, you think that's gonna stop me?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, was someone gonna come by and be like, hey, you can't be on the swings? No.
Pull all the tape off.
I licked the seat.
Oh, and you did not.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do that every time, and that's why I'm so healthy.
Yeah, you stay on it better.
I stay on
Give
it.
Butt stays on better.
Yeah, because I go skin to seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not allowed in most parks.
Yeah. I feel that.
But is it a public park, or is it just for the kids' park? It's usually just for kids.
Mm. But, you know, I just wanted to say, I guess, that love is very important. And staying, like, calm water reflects things clearly. Yes. And the mind is very similar. Mm-hmm. And it's not like it's a bad thing to be feeling emotions and shit and to be feeling all this sort of stuff, but to get into a routine of practicing observing it so that what gradually happens is that, and like, I'm no expert on this at all, but gradually happens is that one starts to, as if one practices doing that, being the observer of the emotions rather than being the emotions themselves, you'll switch positions and you'll become the observer on a more like default sort of basis, right? And that's a very good place to be in a lot of ways, because it allows one to remain calm and not be suppressing the things in one's mind, but to be observing them and to be farming them and to be working, you know, creating what's actually usable and valuable in these situations, and you know, looking out for everybody, and that's what it's gonna need.
Yeah. And I found a house in a tree the other day, and I don't think anyone's currently living there, so if it's necessary, I could live there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
There's a tree house.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really high up there. I don't know how to get up. But that's, you know, that's a story for another day. I'll get up in that tree.
Oh, we'll catch that on tape. That'd be good.
Yeah. Should climb some trees, do some stunts, get those on tape. Get my mad stunts.
Good backflip.
We should do like Jackass.
You should.
Church of All Due Respect, Jackass.
We could try that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Like in the comments section if you want us to be on Jackass.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us what you think about puppets and mountains and clay pottery. And also, how are you?
Bye.